Kevin, welcome back, dude.
Thank you for having me, bro. Thank
So
you.
you're my first.
Yes, I broke your virginity.
So really, to be honest, like I've had a bit of a break.
Yep.
And it's just happened. And this is probably going to be the last show, the last one here. Can I say that?
Oh, yes.
So Nick's relocating.
Yep, this is a sad day.
Well,
But
yeah,
it's also very sentimental.
It's an end to a new beginning, right?
Yep.
That's what we discussed.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It actually worked out that I wanted you back on, man. I haven't seen you.
Bro, that is an honor.
Isn't it
that
beautiful?
Is, honor is this the last day?
Yeah. Well, my last one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're my
Coming full
last one,
circle.
mate, full circle.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
asked me, like, a lot's changed. Like, what's this, my 20-something episode? Anyway.
That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah, but like I had a break. But I have gone on my little path, you know.
Yeah.
And this is what I wanted to bring you on. I just thought it was time to speak to you.
Yeah.
Because, like, first of all, what have you been up to, first of all? Like, you're a busy man. What have you been doing?
Bro, where do we even begin? Honestly, like, there's so many stories and so many ups and downs, but honestly, the best way to summarize it is I've been focused on business. I've been focused on the podcast. I've been focused on my kids, really focused on the kids, really getting deeper and exploring the journey of fatherhood. I'm having a third child as well. And this one, so I have two boys. This one's going to be a girl.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice, man.
Yes, so I'm really excited
beautiful.
about that. Yeah, because you have one boy, one girl, right?
Yeah, girl, boy, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone says having a girl is very different.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, she's the last one too. She had two older brothers to look after.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
right.
So she'll either be tough or a little princess.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. But you're going to be different too. Having a girl is different.
That's what everyone says. That's what everyone says. Everyone says like
softens you up a bit.
Yeah.
I was happy I had my girl first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked
interesting.
it. Yeah, it softened me up a bit.
That's what I've heard. I've heard if you have a girl first, you kind of like you soften up a bit.
Yeah.
But if you have a boy first, you're kind of like normal, and then you soften up later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then not too much. Then she'll be a princess. Well, she's going to be a princess anyway.
Yeah. There's a lot of memes where it's like I don't know if you've seen like there's these two guys walking past each other. One has like the guys. He's got like sons, and he's carrying his PlayStation, and one is like. He's got a girl and she's like dressing him up and putting makeup on his face and stuff like that.
It was a Nick,
like,
was it? Was it Nick? He posted saying it was a tutu.
Did she do stuff like that with you, Nick?
Oh, pink toenails, dude.
That's hilarious.
He was dancing with a tutu. That was cute, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so, but how's work?
But work has been really good. Been focused on coaching as per usual, my one-to-one clients, my workshops. Deep into psychology, deep into personal development, helping people with like all sorts of stuff, self-sabotage, self-doubt, confidence, public speaking, clarity about what they want to do. So my life has been very, very constant, man. Yeah. We went on a holiday recently, came back.
That's right. Where'd you go?
We went to New Caledonia.
Oh, yeah, nice.
For the 13th time.
13th
time because my wife is actually originally from New Caledonia.
Yeah.
And we just went back there for a little bit of we almost go there almost once every year, basically.
That's nice, man.
Yeah. It's
You got
really
family
nice.
there? It's your family.
She's got family there. Yeah. When she first told me she's from New Caledonia, I was like, New Caledonia, isn't that like an island with like a couple of huts there? Like that's what I thought.
That's where the cruises go.
Yeah, that's where the cruises go, and that's what I thought. It's like a couple of, you go. It's a full country, bro. Yeah. It's got like full civilization.
Is it
and everything.
French?
It's French.
It is
yeah.
French.
Yeah. So her first language is French.
Okay.
Yeah, my kids are now learning French because she only speaks French to them.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, bro. So my life has been busy with business, family, personal development. That's it, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Gym, Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, how is Jiu-Jitsu going?
Jiu-Jitsu's good. Man, I've had a bit of a mixed relationship with Jiu-Jitsu because I feel like what you didn't tell me. Okay, so first of all,
here we go.
Thank you so much that you introduced me for Jiu-Jitsu. I'm forever grateful that you're the one who got me into it because it's such a good thing that you can go to and it just takes your mind off everything else because you're forced to focus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you got someone's like elbow on your neck, you can't think about anything else. You know what I mean? There's no other option.
Yeah.
So it really, really, like, I really enjoy the fact that it just gets you present. I really enjoy the fact that you just feel drained after it. I love it.
Destroyed.
It destroyed. Just love that
everyone's
feeling.
sweat on you.
Yeah, sweat.
Yeah.
You know, people's balls in your face, and you know what I mean. It's just intense, bro. You're just like, oh, what's that in my mouth? You just like pull out someone's beard.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever done it, Nick? Oh,
No,
it's
he's in the
crazy,
boxing.
man.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
No, I do miss it. I do miss it.
Yeah. The
do
thing that you didn't tell me.
Yeah, tell us.
You didn't tell me how injured you get.
Oh, dude, this is probably why I'm not doing it. I can tell you now.
Oh my god. It is-
just watch your neck and your back.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Like it
What,
is.
what have you done? Your knees? Fingers?
I had rib cage.
Yeah, I've done
that
ribs.
put me out for 4
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
And then you're laughing. You're like, yeah.
I've got a lumpy because the calcium builds up.
You told me, yes.
Yeah, it's still there. It's fading very slowly.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
I
else?
remember you said that. So my toe has been stubbed like 100 times. My knee, my elbow, like it's crazy. But what I realized with jiu-jitsu is it's like doing jiu-jitsu in a way that you don't get injured is a whole skill. It's a skill. Like if you go 100% at jiu-jitsu, someone else is going to go 100%. You get injured.
The white belts.
Yes, exactly. I'm a white belt too.
Yeah, there's the ones you're talking about, like the more purple.
Yeah.
Blues are good too, but the purple, I just find they do.
Purple
There's
is
some
the
guys
best.
that go so slow. I like rolling with you because it's just a dance.
Yes.
There's no
Purple is
there's
the best.
no injuries. They respect you. They roll with you. You roll back. You know?
White belts, I think, most injury.
Yeah.
And then even some blues too.
Yeah.
But like
the
purple,
ego, the blues got the bit of more.
Yeah. Because if you think about it,
I don't know why
they got
they-
the most ego because they feel like they're better.
Yeah.
But then they haven't done it long enough to get humbled.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? To have that
is, it is.
experience.
Yeah, the purple get there, and then when you're black, dude, you walk on ice. You're like walking on water, mate.
Yeah, bro. The having a black belt, the aura that you have when you have a black belt is just insane. Because it's not like karate where it takes
you
like
don't-
1 year to get it. You know.
Yeah, and you don't want to get them in case you upset them, you know, because they're black belt.
Oh,
So
yeah,
respect
yeah.
them. But I know there's some guys that want to take
Bro,
them.
but imagine the pressure of being a black belt and then walking in and being like, man, this blue belt, this purple, this brown guy could submit me.
Yeah.
Imagine
Well,
that.
I have. Like, I've
I mean, it happens.
especially big. They're big. Sometimes the bigger guys, mate, they crush them.
Yeah.
So that's involved. But that's good.
Sure.
It's a bit of jiu-jitsu. Have you had any cauliflowers yet?
Nah, bro. I don't think I go that intensely.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people actually get them. Like,
Oh, it's allowing them to grab, like, not moving away.
yeah. So you're saying it's like your head's on the mat and it's like scraping.
Well, using
the
your head
mat.
too. Like I use my head a lot.
Yeah.
My ears, I didn't care.
I
head's
don't
another
think
weapon.
I go that hard
No,
when
so
I
you're
do
being
it.
smart. Keep it like
But
that.
I'm being very smart with it. Oh my god. So anyway, so that's what's been happening.
And how's like okay? And this is obviously I've been doing my thing, and I've been looking into Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I've just
Okay.
want to bring it out there.
Okay.
You know, it's
Yeah.
it's a thing. I remember the first time when you came on. First one, I remember mentioning that we all need to bring him back. And for some reason, you said I've gone around, I've come back, and you're back here again. And it's like this is what I find, especially with everything going on. I've spoken about politics, you know, the way children's behaviour,
Yep.
relationship issues. Now look at the world; it's just strange. I've sort of tapped out for a bit, looking at all the crap going on, and more looking internal. You know,
Yeah.
So you go to church, like you're
I do.
Christian?
I do. So my journey with Christianity is that since I was born, my family is like very Christian. Like go to church on Sundays. Every morning on a Saturday, we would do like prayer. We would sing songs. Tamil Christians, which is like Indian Christians, and then we would go to like a normal kind of like Western church. My family's very strict in a sense, like might read the Bible, pray, went to Sunday school. So very, very brought up in church culture, which is its own kind of little bubble. But then when I got to about, and you just blindly accept it, and then when I got to about 15, there's a lot of things I kind of struggled with. I didn't like the fact that, you can't have sex before marriage. I didn't like that. I didn't like the whole you can't swear, you can't get angry. It's a sin to tell off people, rebuke people. You can't have sex. So all of these things I didn't. I can't do drugs. Go to a church camp. feel like you're really holy, then go back and jack off again, and then feel guilty about it. Like this whole kind of like cycle. I really struggled with this. And then I think as I got older and more into the party scene, I was just kind of like, like I'm not... I always felt like God is real and God is there and he's talking to me. He's like softly whispering to me and wants a relationship with me. But I felt like I was just more interested in the world, like the partying, the drugs, the girls, everything, the world basically, right? And what was interesting was I felt like he was still on my heart. Like I would be partying and remember like at bars, like, you know, on MDMA, like, and talking to people while I'm having a cigarette about Jesus. Like in the depths of me, when I'm absolutely fried and screwed up, it came out of me to talk about Jesus. And I'm like, why is that? Why do I always feel this need to talk about Jesus? And I don't know what that was, but I felt like God had a hold on me and he wanted me to come back. And anyway, I kind of went through this obsessive phase about apologetics. Now, have you heard of apologetics before? Apologetics is basically this, it's this part of Christianity, which is only about like proving Christianity through science, through philosophy, through logic. So these are the people that debate with atheists. These are the people that debate with people who are Muslims, who are Buddhists, who are different worldviews. And I got obsessed with apologetics. So I started looking at all the evidence behind Christianity and the evidence behind the Bible. I got so obsessed with it, man. Like I was like starting fights with atheists. I would like, you know, my friend, no one knew I was doing this, but my friends caught me a few times on Facebook. I would go into atheist group and like start arguing with I'd start putting down all these arguments with them because I was just obsessed with like beating them because I felt like I read a couple of things and I knew a couple of things. Ego. It was the ego. It was the ego taking over. And then
knowledge, man. You want to put the ones down,
That's right. And then I just got obsessed with it for a period of time, and then it kind of lost over me. And then the biggest, most recent one was like about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I had this kind of like not awakening, but like this feeling like I discovered personal development, which is the ability for me to improve myself in any area I want. So if I don't have money, I can work on myself and have money. If I wanted a better relationship, I can work on myself and have a better relationship. If I want to feel more confident, I can work on myself and have more confidence. So I had this kind of belief of, why do I need God then? Like, what's the point of God? Like, what do I need God if I can do everything myself? If I can have this divine, beautiful connection with people? I was like, well, I don't need God. So I didn't really say that, but I just kind of like just forgot about God for a period of time. And then over the last, I would say 6 to 7 years, man, I have just been getting like, the more I went into psychology and personal development, the more I started to see why we need God so much and why Christianity and the story of Jesus Christ makes so much sense. And I would say also things that help me quite a bit is like the teachings of Jordan Peterson as well. Because I feel like in church, there's like the way that they explain sometimes things, for me, it didn't always work. Like a lot of things from church did make sense to me, but I felt like Jordan Peterson and the way he explained things, it just made a lot of sense. And I felt like there was a lot of correlation between the way psychology works, the way that we're made, the way human behavior works, and the way that who Jesus was and the way that Jesus wanted us to be. And then I was like, I see Jesus everywhere. It was like this interstellar moment where I was just like, you know what, he's everywhere. And I started just getting back into him, reading the Bible more. And I just feel like the more I've gotten into him recently, I'm just like, yeah, he is definitely the true God. I think everyone needs him. And he is the savior of this world that is a world that is absolutely draining. And I also want to say before, you know, we start this conversation, I'm not an expert on Jesus. I'm not an expert on the Bible. I'm not an expert at theology. I'm not an expert at any of those things, but I do listen to experts and I do have a couple of perspectives from experts. But this is just me talking from my own lived experience of Jesus, you know? So that's a bit of my history. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend churches and stuff too by having a discussion, because that's the thing I've learned when you question Jesus, like when it comes to Orthodox, Catholic, in Maronites, they're very strict.
Yep.
And that's where I think people are turning away from the religion side of it because of the whole, I don't know, you can say control the church. I think churches are important. People need a place to go to feel God.
Yep.
But the whole meaning of Jesus Christ. That's what I want to. That's what I'm interested in.
Yep,
you know?
yep.
Not about that church or the way it's branched out. You know, which takes us to Gnosis. You know, I know it's been squashed, Gnosticism. You know?
Yep.
The
So what is Gnosticism, by the way?
well, it's Gnosis, knowing.
Yep.
You know, the Gnostic Gospels, Gospel of Thomas, all those ones, Mary and John, Apocrypha of John, and I think there's Truth. And,
There's the Gospel of Thomas, there's the Gospel of Peter, there's the Gospel of Mary. They're called the apocryphal Gospels.
yeah, that's the and like so they were taken out.
Yep.
I don't know. They found them in 1945 or something in Egypt.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And so they were taken out. But when you look into them, they're more about the inner of Jesus Christ. It sort of takes away that control that the churches have with the priests and everything. And it talks about, you know, basically finding the kingdom within. They, you know, and it talks about wisdom, Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Which goes about Sophia.
Yeah.
Which I looked into. I'm like, wow, dude, like it's pretty deep. To the point where
So tell me more about that. Sophia, I've never heard of that before.
King Solomon, they reckon that's wisdom.
Yeah.
He built his temples for God.
Yeah.
Where he was known to be the more of the
wisest king.
the external wisdom, where he had 700 wives.
Yep.
He was trying to find that feminine that that Jesus found in the Holy Spirit, Sophia.
Yeah.
You know, then it goes very deep into that.
Yeah.
And Mary Magdalene as well.
Yeah.
They reckon she was one of the apostles, but
Yep.
having a female there wasn't like allowed.
Yes. Okay.
So it got squashed.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And when you speak like this, churches, they don't want to hear it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But when you go into Christianity, the source of it is about Jesus Christ. And I think Gnosticism or Gnosis is knowing. It's a lot more spirituality, like a mystical side of Jesus Christ as well.
Yep.
You know, okay, the Essenes, for example.
Yep.
You know about the Essenes?
Billy.
No, the Essenes, like, okay, so John the Baptist,
Yep.
they reckon he was one of the Essenes, which they were more of a, like hippies, dude,
Yep.
basically.
Yep.
You know, I think in the Jewish side of it.
Got you. Okay.
And they reckon Jesus was part of that as well.
Okay. Yes.
know? Do you know? So like,
Yes.
I question these things, man.
Yeah. I love it. You have
You
a
know,
mind for this. Yes.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
And then we got into a discussion online, like the 18 years Jesus went, they're not documented.
Yeah.
You know, from 12. At 12 years old, I think he went to the temples and he spoke to higher people and they were like amazed by him and he went missing. And comes back when he's 30.
Yep.
With a whole different outlook.
Yep. Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
You know, but no one really talks about it. It's a blasphemy.
Yes. Okay.
So this is the thing. What they say is Jesus Christ showed how for us to remember.
Yep.
It wasn't, you say, salvation to save us, but it was more the fact of the way they see it is he was here to redeem, to wake us up and remember who we are. He got crucified, dude.
Yep.
And why did he crucify? You know? Why? Was he a threat to what? You know, as a person now, think of him as today.
Yep.
Look at Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
That's a funny one too.
Yeah.
Like, that's a all stage performance, dude, because look at his wife 2 weeks later.
Yes.
She's with Trump. And they're using religion, God, to take over Gaza.
Right. So you reckon she didn't die? Or you reckon he didn't die?
I'm not saying it. No, he looked like he died.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff behind it.
Yes, got you.
2 weeks later, she's up happy and promoting, and she was a pageant leader. She was one of the pageant.
Yeah, I heard there was.
Her and Trump know each other, you know. So, but what I'm saying is, like, not to get into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
But to use God and Jesus now to take that with him.
Yep.
Okay, Trump, whatever, cool.
Yep.
It's like Constantine did the same with Christianity.
Yep.
And that's when Rome took over it and created the churches and.
Yeah. Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you sin, you go to hell.
Yep.
We all sin, dude.
Yeah.
And I think people not acknowledging the dark, the light together, which is knowing up and down, which Thomas talks about in his Gospels.
Yep.
The in and out, the up and down, dark and light. It's the yin yang, the feminine, masculine.
Yep.
You know, if when you push that stuff away, like I sinned, and you feel punished, and you go to church and you confess, you still be that person.
Yeah.
And you're afraid all the time.
Yeah.
When you embrace it, and you can talk freely about it and actually go, you actually forget about it and you live with it. That they don't want I don't know. The churches want to be in between God and us.
Yep.
Where Jesus taught us to find the kingdom within. He says it, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
So tell me this, like with Gnosticism for you, what has it done for you? Like what have you discovered about it?
Oh, I look into,
what's the new knowledge?
Well, I'm not. There's no boundary. Like if people stick to their religion, that's as far as they go.
Yeah.
I look into everything, and I respect it, and it's great. Everyone's the same. We're all the same, dude. We're all fragments of God, which is Sophia, man, which is wisdom.
Yeah.
In their story.
Right.
It's a materialistic world, dude, that we live in. It's all staged, dude.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it's subconscious. It's like psychology as well. And mysticism.
Yeah.
It's and you people don't really want to talk about it because no one really cares.
Yeah.
Everyone's busy watching sports, dude, or buying this, or
By the way, so I was so I knew we would talk about this.
Yeah.
So I watched a 3-hour podcast this morning on this.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
this is why. Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah. And I did say this to you in the sauna because I did say this to you. I did say to you, I don't think we would agree on this aspect at all, right?
Yeah, that's good.
So once again, I want to say that, dude, I am not I'm not a theology guy.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't know anything about a lot of this stuff. I'm just someone who just listens to a couple of experts and have some opinions. So by the way, like one thing that we can definitely agree on is that I think sometimes the church has a lot of pride in believing that they have the truth and they know the truth, and it's like, this is like, for example, they'll say, no, I stick with the word of God. This is what the word of God says. But a lot of the time, there's pride behind that because they're interpreting the word of God the way that they want to interpret it. You know what I mean? So we can agree there that I feel like sometimes they come in between the people and God. Sometimes, and sometimes I don't feel like they also encourage as much to just be like, hey, like, what are you finding about this? They come in with their own beliefs as this is the way it is, and then people will feel like they're indoctrinated based on what the church is teaching. So I see that side. I also see the good side of church.
Of course.
I also see that church definitely has done really, really good things in the sense of like it gives really good community for people. Like if you think of, all these like a CrossFit group, or you think of a podcast group, or you think of a gym. It's like the thing that makes these people continuously go. It's not necessarily the gym or the run club or Jiu-Jitsu. It's the community. People love the community. People are made to connect with each other. Like that's what makes life meaningful. One of the biggest studies in the world, a 70-year study at Harvard, concluded the thing that actually makes human beings happy is meaning, and meaning comes from relationships. That's it. So church is community. And I think church is beautiful in that sense because it gives people community. And I think many times, not all the time, but many times it does give good biblical teaching as well. So yeah, like I have my qualms with church. Sometimes I feel like they have a lot of pride with what they think is true and stuff. On the whole Jesus thing, right? So I don't know about, I've heard about the Gospel of Barnabas, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of, Mary, and also there's Peter as well. So do you know, I don't know what that guy's name is. I'm sure you know him, Billy Carson.
Oh, he's about the Anunnaki or something. Yeah.
So he basically, he talks about the Anunnaki. It's almost like when I listened to him, I was like, I remember first listening to this guy, I was like, you would love him. Because everything he says is like, no, this is not true. This is what they've been telling you. This is the truth. This is the truth. Yeah. And he is a massive, massive preacher of the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Barnabas. No, this is what Jesus was actually saying. You don't know what Jesus was actually saying. The churches all have it wrong. And when he got on a podcast with Wes Huff, he systematically got destroyed. Not him. All the legitimacy of the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Barnabas, it got absolutely destroyed. So much so that Joe Rogan actually got Wes Huff on his show to interview him about this, then got educated, and he's like, oh, a lot of this stuff that people say is true might not actually be true after all. So if someone came along and all the people who, if you came and all the knowledge in the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Barnabas, the Gospel of Peter, if you said it to me and you said the two is one and the female, the male, and all the stuff it says, if you said that to me, I'd be like, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty wise. And I'd be like, hey, like, tell me more about that. Like, I want to be educated on that. But the claim is that Jesus said a lot of those things. And that claim has been destroyed because Wes Huff is like an expert on this. And he's looked through all the findings and he goes, he basically, for example, he was picking apart the Gospel of Thomas and he goes, this wouldn't make sense because of the way that they were using the language. This wouldn't make sense because they're using characters that wouldn't have even existed at that time. And he systematically goes through like 100 different things and shows why it's absolutely illegitimate. So the knowledge itself, I could say, is probably pretty good. But the claim that it's from Jesus, based on what I've seen, I'm not an expert, but based on what an expert has viewed, is that it's all completely illegitimate. That doesn't mean that it has wise knowledge in there. And if you want to talk about the knowledge, we can talk about it. But based on what I know, based on what I've seen, it seems like it's completely illegitimate. That's probably why it didn't make it into the canon. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Gospels, all of them.
Yeah. Well, there's 66 books in the Bible. And I don't know, you probably heard of the Nicene court and all that kind of stuff, who put together the Bible. So there was a court who decided to put together the Bible, and they were aware of those other, like Gospel of Thomas and stuff. They decided to not put it in because it didn't seem legitimate. So,
Legitimate though, so there's a thing.
Yeah.
Legitimate to what?
Yeah, so legitimate in the sense that if it makes a claim, and once again, I'm not an expert on this, right? But if you came and told me all the knowledge and you said, hey, Kev, it's saying this is about the feminine and the wisdom is inside, I'll look at that and be like, that's beautiful, brilliant. But a lot of this stuff is claiming that Jesus is saying stuff, which based on what an expert is saying that's not true. A lot of this stuff is not true. So for me, if like I look at a book and like 3 or 4 different things aren't true, then I would look at the entire thing and be like, oh, I don't know if I can fully trust it. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. That being said, if you bring me the knowledge and you tell me like, hey, don't you think this is cool? Or what do you think about this? Yeah, I think that would probably be wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. And this is why I question the whole Jesus, like people that do go to church, it is a good place for a community.
Yep.
But the people that go there,
Yep.
why do they just go there just to feel part of a community, or they actually go there for Jesus Christ?
That's a good question. And you know what? We actually were talking about this question in our podcast. So I think the reality of human beings is that human beings are flawed. This is the point, by the way, this is the point of Christianity, right? Human beings are flawed. Human beings, they have their own agendas. Like me personally, I would say that I go to church to meet Jesus, to connect with Jesus. But if I'm being honest, not always. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, I just want to see my mate.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes I want to go and I'm like, I feel like I've been battered all week and I want to, I want to sit and I want to worship God and maybe feel a bit better about things. I don't know. Like, I think as human beings, we're all flawed. And I think, by the way, so we're all flawed. And that's why you also mentioned this point that sometimes like Christians will, they claim they're Christians, but then they go do all the things that are at the opposite, right? I do that though. Like, but that's the point of the Bible. So the Bible is actually saying, this is what Paul talks about in Corinthians. Paul is one of the writers of the Gospels, right? And he says, the things that I want to do, I don't do. And the things that I want to do, I can't do. And isn't that the nature of humanity? So he's saying that is totally normal. And every human being will experience that. But he says that's why the gospel makes so much sense. Jesus doesn't say that you have to do all these things and become a Christian. And then you are saved. Jesus doesn't say that because that wouldn't make any sense, right? Jesus says, I've come to die so that you can have the free gift of salvation. I died for your sin, everything that you did. And just by believing in me, and believing that I'm Lord and putting your trust and your faith in me, having a relationship with me, then I come into your heart, I clean your heart, and you can be made whole. Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to keep doing that. Everyone's going to keep saying, I'm a Christian, and keep going against it. Everyone is going to sin. I'm a Christian, but I sin constantly, uncontrollably. No human being cannot sin. But that's why Jesus had to come and do it and say, you know what? It's not on you. you didn't do this because you didn't earn the gift of grace. I do it. So just by claiming it, you and having a relationship with God, then you get to be a Christian. You get to have salvation. Yes, you get saved from death and you get saved from hell, because you can't do it on your own. Because if it was on our own, no one would make it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because, okay, think about this, right? We're humans. So we think in this way of, we have this simple ideology of, if you did more good than bad, then you're a good guy. But it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Because if it really did work like that, then I could just do extremely like good all my life. Then the last 3 days I can be like really good. Okay. And then that technically means even if I'm good on those last 3 days, I would still go to heaven. It's not on more good than bad or more bad than good. It's just on, you believe in me, you trust that I have died for your sins. So then he comes and he cleanses you and you have a relationship with Jesus and you're made new. That's the gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the beauty of that is, when you have a relationship with Jesus, you keep sinning, but because I have a relationship with Jesus, I start to consciously make choices to be like, you know what, I'm not going to sin. You know what, I'm not going to do the drugs. You know what, I did screw up today, and I did screw up the day before, and I did screw up last week, but you know what, I'm going to try my best to be better. Yeah. And it's like a reason. It's like when I fall in, like with my wife, I love my wife. So now I don't want to cheat on her. It's the same with God. It's like, now that I have a relationship with God, I don't want to sin. So I have a reason to not sin. And I slowly, by having that relationship with him, become holier and holier and holier.
So that relationship with Jesus is walking the way of Jesus.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's where you redeem the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, this is where they look at it like, okay, salvation, he died for our sins.
Yeah.
He died because he was showing the blueprints of life, of how to live without the sins, which takes you to the highest, to the divine.
Yep. Yep.
So you say it's hard to do that because all the temptations we have, it's temptations, and gluttony and sex, lust, and, you know, wrath.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
Did he have any of those? This is the thing, exactly. So he showed us how to live the way.
Yep. Yep.
And that will be the kingdom. That will head you towards the kingdom.
The kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven.
Which is within.
And you know what's really interesting, right? I think of and this is what he kept saying. He kept saying, I've come to bring the kingdom of heaven is at hand, right? Like, this is what he was saying in the Bible. And once again, don't quote me on a lot of this stuff. I'm not an expert. I just want to say this is my own experience, and I've heard a lot of stuff. So I'm just, you know, forgive me if it's wrong. But I see things like this, right? Think about this. They have crucified him, which is at the time, Daniel, the most horrific, like most painful torture experience a human being can endure. It's the worst because it actually kills you slowly by asphyxiation because you can't breathe, right? It's so torturous. It's so bad. It's so mocking. And it was a perfect human being that lived a perfect life that got put on the cross to die. Now, and basically at that time, Judas, his best friend, betrays him. He's an absolutely perfect person, and he sees his mother like lamenting that he's going to get crucified. He basically sees that Peter has betrayed him because he denies him. So he's going through a lot of mental, emotional, physical, spiritual torture, right? And in the midst of that, when these Pharisees who crucified him, when they crucify him, at the cross, he says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." That is the most that's the most insane thing that could have ever been said at the time. Like, people don't understand the stuff that he was saying was so insane. Like, at the time, all the so the Romans were ruling over the Jews, right? And the Jews, they had a prophecy that a Messiah is going to come to save them.
The bloodline of David.
Yes, bloodline of David, that a hero is going to come to save them. Yeah. You know what they thought? They thought it's going to be an army.
Yeah.
Like a conqueror, right? But the funny thing was, he does conquer the entire world, right? Because he's literally like, so he comes and without even fighting, without violence, he conquers the entire world. But he conquers the heart.
Yeah, with love, doesn't he? Truth and
with,
love.
With love. Yeah. Conquers the heart. Because this is the thing I was thinking about the other day, right? Even if you watch movies, right? You watch movies and, you watch a superhero movie, like the villain is the bad guy. Dr. Ock is the bad guy. Or like Thanos is the bad guy. But in all these movies, they're fighting the bad guys. But who's actually fighting the heart of evil, where evil first begins? Only Jesus Christ does that. Because Jesus Christ goes right to the heart. Because he goes, this is what he says, right? He goes, when we look at pedophilia, when we look at rape, we go, oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Like we can all agree that's absolutely heinous. But Jesus takes it one step further. He's like, that's not only heinous. I'm going to go defeat the thing that starts this all in the first place, which is the heart of evil. That's where it first begins. No one does that. You know what I mean? So where he goes is he teaches people with a law like this, at this time when everyone's like, no, I want a conqueror to come and defeat the Romans. He conquers the heart because he knows that is the way to heaven. Man. That is God. Yeah. So then I look at, for example, he says, Father, forgive them not what they do. And he goes, that type of attitude of the heart of forgiving his enemies is actually how you conquer your own heart. And then I think about this. I think about there's this meme. There was this reel that was shown where where this guy, it's in a courtroom. This guy has murdered this daughter. Okay, and he's sitting in the courtroom. And the mother comes along and she goes, I hate you. I hope you rot in hell. And he's just got this plain look. And then I think the sister looks at him and goes, I hate you. I hope you rot in hell. And he's got the same look. Then the father comes, and this is like a tear-joking moment. And he looks at him and he goes, we're all sinners because God forgave me. I forgive you. And he goes, I forgive you for killing my daughter and raping my daughter. And he looks in the eye. That guy, he has no remorse. All of a sudden, as soon as he says that, he starts breaking down in tears. And then you think, it's such an emotional thing to watch. But then if you really think about it, that's the thing that ends all the evil in the universe. That. Forgiveness. Because what's happening in this world is like, no. If you really look at it, bro, no one is really evil. No one. Like everyone has reasons for why they do what they want to do. Like if I'm like, maybe I walk into a party, right? And maybe I say something to someone and that affects them. I'm saying it because I'm trying to look cool in front of people and that offends him. So he says something to me. If you look at everyone's intentions, you realize that everyone's doing the best with what they have. Like no one is actually inherently evil. It's sin. Sin is at the heart of it. So everyone's looking and going, this person's evil, I'm right, they're wrong. But at the end of the day, no one knows what they're doing. Everyone is. So the only thing that is going to cure it is the way of Jesus, is what he says when he dies on the cross and he says, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Even after the Charlie Kirk thing happened, right? I was like, bro, that shook me. For the 3 days, I was like thinking about it, couldn't stop thinking about it. And there was these memes coming up about like all these crusaders getting up and going to war. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm going to go to war. Like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to and then I thought about it for a second. After like a few days, I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I was like, first of all, I was like, what am I going to do? Okay,
Jiu-Jitsu.
Fine. Jiu-Jitsu, right? Like, come into my guard, bro. Come into my guard, bro. Like, but I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, so even if that's the case, like, that's how our brains react, right? Sin. Like, oh, he hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. So let's just play that out. Let's just play up that we all do this big meet and we're all these guys and we're all Christians and we start fighting people who are like hating on Charlie Kirk. Okay, fine. And then they start attacking us. And then we start attacking them. And then this goes on and on and on and on. And then I thought, in that moment of ridiculing the people, of like going off at all the people that are laughing at Charlie Kirk, like, what if I showed them love? And what if I was like, okay, I get it. I understand why you do that. I understand the hurt that you've probably gone through because someone in your childhood sounded like Charlie Kirk. That's why you hate Charlie Kirk right now. Think about that for a second. Think about all these like people from the LGBTQ community, right? A lot of the time, it was a voice like Charlie Kirk going, "You're wrong," right? When they were young. So they hate voices like Charlie Kirk. That's why they're so emotional to him. And they were the ones that were laughing at Charlie Kirk. And I was looking at them going, how dare they? I'm going to kill it. Like that's literally the thing that came over. But I was like, no, that's not going to actually solve the problem. The only thing that's going to solve it in the universe is the kingdom of heaven, which is exactly the attitude that he shows, which is him saying, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Yeah. So that's what I think the God was trying to bring here. I don't know if that actually made sense. It was just me just going on a bit of a rambling.
No, that's fantastic.
But I feel like, yes, he actually conquers evil at the heart. He knows that every human being is sinful, and he doesn't go to, don't do this, do that. He goes, it needs to start from a heart. That's why he says, the Old Testament says don't kill. In the New Testament, he says, no, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to say, not only don't kill, even if you look at a brother in a hateful way, you've committed murder in your heart. That's how seriously he takes the sin. He goes, and like, for example, the Old Testament, it says, don't commit adultery. It says, no. In the New Testament, he goes, even if you look at a woman in an adulterous way, in a lustful way, you've committed adultery with her in your heart. So he's taking all the sins that are literal and he's going, no. You need to work at it and you need to rip it out from the heart. That's where, so he came to actually clean our hearts. That's where he actually came from. I don't actually care. I think that by doing that, by naturally cleaning our heart, and we clean our heart by, I believe, having a relationship with Jesus Christ, accepting him as a Lord or Savior, and believing that, yes, he died for our sins. If we can do that, he slowly cleans our heart and we slowly become more pure. And it could be anything. It could be like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to start swearing. You know what? I want to go off at him, but I'm not going to go off. You know what? I'm going to write that dumbass comment, but I'm not going to write that right now. So it slowly starts with those actions and you slowly clean your heart. I think when you do that and you become holier, I think that is how you feel more empowered. I think that's how you feel more authentic. I think that's how you feel powerful in your own way. Not better than other people, but just more authentic and more loving. I don't think he came for, you need to be empowered and confident. I think he came to help you clean your heart, and naturally as a byproduct, you become the best version of you. Yeah. That's kind of like my...
By showing us the way too.
Yeah, showing us the way. You know? Absolutely.
Love and truth, man.
Yeah. So tell me, you were saying that you've had kind of a bit of a journey with Jesus. We need to bring Jesus back. Tell me about this.
Well, everything you're saying is right. So, and this goes to like I said, what's going on in the world. You just mentioned with Charlie Kirk. The first thing you felt was, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
But that's what this stage performance, what they want us to do, is they want us to fight.
Yep.
This is again why doing this is like they want us segregated. They want us to fight. Yep. They want to cause problems. They want us to hate. You got the whole religion wars going on now. I've got Muslim friends.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's got nothing to do with them, but it's typecast.
Yep.
And then so I have gone through the point of forgiveness as well.
Yeah.
And when you do forgive and you move on, you let go, dude, it does. It cleans the heart, man. It really does. Everything you're saying is correct.
Yep.
And then you don't hate, you don't have this anger.
Yeah.
And I find anger too, like when you say we're all around and we're bouncing off each other. I think when people set boundaries and you sort of people step into people's boundaries or into their little agenda and they get angry.
Yeah.
Or you offend people because it's their boundaries, right?
Yep.
And that's the thing, we got to respect everyone's boundaries. And I think that's one thing where finding that inner. I've always spoken about it, and it's come back to the same thing, mate.
Yeah.
And I think if we all do this, I think we'll be able to fight the evil in this world, the evil that's in us.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson says, start with the man in the mirror. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think people don't do that.
Yeah.
I think you got to judge yourself first, or don't judge. They say, but it's hard not to judge.
Yeah. I was hearing my friend was talking about this literally the other week. It was like, we look at so he went to this convention where for all these people who they actually want to change the world. They don't like the way the world is going. It's like this group where they don't like the way the world's going. They feel like they need to change it with AI, blah 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 blah. And he was telling me that he was telling me all these the things that he's learning, and I was like, the thing is, Jez, sometimes I think, what's the point? It's already set in motion. So what's the point anyway? What are you going to do? It's already set in motion. And he goes but it's not going to happen with that attitude. That's what he looked at me. He goes it's not going to happen with that attitude. You have to start by believing it's possible, believing change is possible, because everyone thinks that. Everyone thinks, you know what? I'm not going to be the one that changed the world. It could be somebody else. you know what? It's not going to be me who's going to rise against all this AI stuff. Like, it's going to be someone else. So we have this attitude called diffusion of responsibility, right? Have you heard of this term, diffusion of responsibility?
No.
It's basically like, you know what? Like, let's just say you walk in the toilet and you see that on the toilet lid there's just piss everywhere. You'll just be like, you know what? I'm just going to piss on it as well because no one else is going to clean it anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, screw it. Yeah. So it's called diffusion of responsibility. But then the only thing that changes is when someone who goes, you know what? I don't even care if anyone's going to do it. I'm going to do it. Like, and someone needs to come in there and change it. So when they have that type of attitude, that's when change really, really begins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah.
Yeah, but start with that. Well, is this also like with the change of things happening too in this world as well?
Yes, that's right. You know? So it needs to start from within because what we do is we go on social media and be like, it's screwed. Okay, this is such a good point. We go on social media. We see all these reels about this is happening in this country, this is happening in this country, this is happening. And then we complain about it. And then we post meals about how screwed up the world is. But we're basically going, oh, the world needs to change instead of looking at ourselves. It's like, no change is going to happen out there unless you start.
And we're feeding it.
Yeah. And we feed it.
We talk about it.
Yeah.
Sit in traffic.
And I'm a mindset coach, right? And I will have this awesome session with this person, and I'll feel like really pure and really, nice spirited. And then I'll see this reel that triggers me, and I'll just be like, you know what I mean?
You do.
You get sucked into it.
And you get caught, and then you send, and you look at other stuff, and you're on there for half an hour.
Yeah.
And your attitudes change. Like, where was I? I'm going to go back to the Jesus Christ information I'm looking at.
Yes.
And as soon as I put that stuff back on, I'm like,
Yep.
And it feels nice, dude.
Yeah. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, take up your cross and die daily. I think that's what it is. You have to die daily to yourself.
Yeah.
You have to die to that ego every single day. Every single day, you know? Because I used to think like, oh no, like, I'm changed now, so I should just be fine. But then very easily you get sucked into this reel, sucked into this, you talk to this person, tell this person off, hear something bad about what someone else has said about you, and all of a sudden you're just acting like the world. You're acting like the ego.
And then you got work issues, and then you got bills lying. You look at another bill comes in the mail.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got to deal with children as well.
Yeah.
You know, and you get sort of caught into the whole thing.
That's it.
So this is why I think it's nice to have that time.
Yeah.
You know, of prayer, whatever people do.
Yoga,
meditation.
Yep.
That's a very Gnosis thing too, by the way.
Oh, really?
Well, yoga and meditation, that's the practice way of it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's a spiritual thing, you know.
Yeah, I do both. Do you meditate?
Yeah, but not. I have to do more.
Yeah.
I have. I'm actually can switch off quite a bit now, so it's quite good, dude.
Yeah, you seem a lot more
calm, dude.
Yeah, a lot more present and calm than last time I saw him, eh?
Yeah,
he's so calm. Good now. It's really
so
good.
I got there's a lot.
I'm really curious, like, is that what we talked about? Like, that's where it came from? Like,
yeah.
Okay,
like so when you go for some sort of treatment, which I'll probably discuss
at some point.
Yeah. You sort of it is dying. You're dying your old you. You're killing the old you. So whatever you were drawn towards, whatever you were chasing.
Yeah.
Like motivation towards this. A lot of the stuff that people were driven is driven by ego. Like, I do this because of ego or other people's opinions.
Yep.
No one really has a soul purpose, dude. No one really lives their soul purpose. You know? You say what you do, I think that is clearly your purpose.
Yes.
I know that, you know.
Absolutely.
Because everything links in and how you just fell into it.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people chase it, you know. I don't think they really sit back and go, what is my soul purpose? Because I believe we come back again.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we die.
Yep.
You know,
you believe we reincarnate?
Oh yeah, do I believe? Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel.
Nice.
I feel we come back again until we remember.
Okay, interesting.
I think it's like
you keep repeating it until you finally become awake.
Well, yeah, dude. I think this world was created, as they say in Gnosticism, by the demiurge. It's the bad god.
Okay.
It's a flip around, you know. It's like because everything's so painful and so hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why we were trying to find happiness. Why? People go, well, if God was here, they wouldn't be destroying Gaza and killing people. So in their way of thinking, which is like this world was created by the lion-head god, which is the demiurge, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Sophia is the divine wisdom.
Yep.
And that's redemption, and I think that's what I felt.
Yeah.
And it's weird, dude. And you know, and it talks about it's remembering, dude. We are here to remember of what we are. We're not. I don't think we're from this place.
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know. That's just how I
We
feel.
agree.
Dude.
Yeah. I don't
You know what I mean?
think
And
so either.
I think, you know, I just think that we are here to pass the test of remembering,
Yep.
to free the Holy Spirit in us.
Mm.
And then, you know, what we learn now. So I like to learn stuff now for my next lifetime, dude. That's how I live. I'm not going, I see we're all souls all connected, dude. And, you know, there's a family soul unit they reckon that we all connect in the same way, keep coming back.
That's very interesting, man.
Well, it is. I just don't think we die. I think we come back.
Yeah.
And it goes
I don't
back-
think we die either. I think we definitely live on.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of death because we don't die.
Yeah.
It's quite beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the serpent's a big part of it too. There's a big part with the serpent.
Tell me about that. What is that?
It's a messenger, you know. It's the forbidden fruit. I've spoke this before. You know, the forbidden fruit story, Adam and Eve story. What is the forbidden fruit? You know, the tree of knowledge.
Yep.
And if you have that, when you know what this place is, like the serpent was looked upon as bad, scary, the devil.
Oh, yes. I've heard this way of thinking. Yep. So it's like my understanding is that in this way of thinking, it's like they wanted to know good and evil, so they wanted to know the world, and the serpent basically gave them and go eat it, so you can know the truth, you can know good and evil.
Yeah, but it's not bad. Serpent's not bad.
Yeah,
it's wisdom.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
The Freemasons believe in that. They're built off the King Solomon.
Yep.
And he had wisdom.
Yep.
Jesus Christ had wisdom.
Yep.
And then it comes the serpent, the snake. It's in our spine, dude.
Yeah.
The chakras.
Yep.
That's the subconscious mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Carl Jung talks about it. The shadow.
Yeah.
Like when you look into all this stuff, it's like, whoa, it's all the same thing. And I think Jesus Christ had that. That's what he saw, and I think he the 7 deadly sins, dude. You take the 7 deadly sins away, and that's what you find. I think that's what people struggle with.
Yeah,
like you say, people go to church.
Yep.
But do they actually do it? Do they physically do it? Do they make the effort? We talk about this stuff. People might listen to it. I don't know. Do people actually do the work? Make a change, man. To take action, dude.
Yeah.
No one takes action.
Yeah.
They go back to that. They go back to the usual day things, which that is what we are here to be chained in, to not remember.
Yeah.
All the stuff, the bills we've got to pay, we've got to do work, we've got these mountains to climb. When you come to a place, which I feel I'm at the bottom of a mountain, because you always climb mountains, dude. Got to get fit, got to do this, got to do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's always stuff that we've got to do.
Yeah.
But to sit back and actually sit in the bottom of the mountain, mate.
Tell me about what does it mean to sit in the bottom for you?
Dude, to not be able to chase anything at the moment. You know,
I
blissful
like that.
it is, dude.
Oh,
To sit at the valley.
you know what? There's a
How
really
nice it is, dude.
there's a really great allegory. I don't know if you've heard about the businessman and the fisherman. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. So
Yeah.
What's it talk about?
So basically, the businessman, he's walking along the beach, and in the distance, he looks around, and there's a fisherman, just casually sitting down fishing. He walks over to the fisherman and he just says, "What are you doing?" He's just like, "Oh, I'm fishing." He just goes, "Do you know that if you're a bit smarter and if you use a net, you can catch more fish?" And he goes, "Catch more fish?" And he goes, "Why would I want to do that?" And he goes, "Well, if you catch more fish, then you can make more money." And he goes, "Well, why would I want more money?" He goes, "Well, if you have more money, then you can have more people fishing for you." And he goes, "Why would I have more people fishing for me?" He's like, "Because if you have more people fishing for you, you can finally make enough money to sit down and relax." And he goes, "And what do you think I'm doing right now?"
There you go, dude. There you go, dude.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And when I started this, I was like, I was in this place. I want to go to solitude. I want to be in a mountain somewhere. You know.
Yeah.
That fishing, just sitting there and enjoying life.
Yeah.
Not having to chase anything.
Yeah. So tell me how you came to that.
Oh,
Because you know what, you do understand that you're talking about one of the greatest pursuits of humanity is to find peace, right?
Yeah.
And you talk about it pretty casually. You're like, So
Yeah.
tell me, how did you come to this place where
There's
you
two
feel?
ways to find peace.
Yeah.
And I think I saw this death or have a spiritual awakening, dude. You know, where you do die in a way.
So tell me about your experience. Did you have that?
You face the ego, dude.
Yeah.
Destroyed all the pain, you know. Well, not destroyed. I dealt with it. I acknowledged it, felt it.
Right. And before you weren't acknowledging it.
No, you're chasing things. You know, you're trying to. You do acknowledge it, but you're reacting. You're feeling. You're not living with it. It's the shadow. You know, it's the dark.
Yeah. What's the shadow to you?
It's not just that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just. It's things in life will happen to you when you expect things and you like hard things, and obviously, you know, children and detachment from things. Things happen when you least expect. You know, you would realize too when your kids get to teenagers, things will always change, dude. You know, so I don't know. You find this. I think it's just not wanting to have anything, like not wanting anything. You know, have you listened to the book called what is it? It's about the devil. Outwitting the Devil.
Outwitting the Devil.
Yeah, have you read
Napoleon
that?
Hill?
Yeah, have you read that?
Yeah, great
It's
book.
interesting, dude.
Yeah, great book. Great book.
And it sort of makes sense. Like when you want something, there's always like it's when you want something, he'll find a way. And if you get something, there's always something. It's like okay, when you like you said, when you know stuff, when you knew stuff when you were younger, and then your ego takes over, and you start going online and telling people off.
Yes.
That's the ego coming back.
Yes.
And that's the thing you got to be aware of. You know.
Yep.
And I think that's what keeps us here.
Yeah.
In this world is the ego. You embrace it. It does. It drives you forward. But yeah, I think to get to that point of peace when you're just happy with what you got. You don't care where you live. Like, what's your ambition? You know, you've got another girl coming, right? Or you've got another child coming. So you have to want something now. You've got other things to fight for, right?
Yeah. Well, I think being satisfied in the process of doing the things you love is probably one of the most important things ever. Like, because for example, I could say to myself, okay, so one of my highest values ever is teaching personal development. That's what I love to do. I love to teach personal development, talk about personal development, talk about psychology, mindset, the Carl Jung, the ego, the shadow. I love talking about this. I love teaching about this. That's my number one value. But I could say I am not happy until I am like Tony Robbins running workshops with 10,000 people in the audience. And that's basically now on something I love to do, I'm putting a accolade. I need to do this, then I'll be happy. Or it could be like Jiu-Jitsu, right? I love Jiu-Jitsu. Like me and you were talking about, we love, everything we said was loving the process, loving the grind, loving the being under there, loving figuring it out. Or I could say, I will only be happy when I get a black belt, right? So in every aspect of life, we have the ability to enjoy the process or to be obsessed with the outcome. And I believe personally that if we can learn to realize that happiness is actually found in the process and the growth and the progress of things, we'll be so much happier. Otherwise, we look forward to this mountain and then we get to the mountain, we realize that we climbed the wrong one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
So that's where, this is for me, that's where I believe it comes from. So in everything, and everyone has different values for them. Like for you, I think it's, I think you like this Gnosticism thing. I think that's...
I'm just looking into it, mate.
I think that's what you love. That's what you love to research. You love, oh shit, that's crazy. Never heard that before. Like, I think you should enjoy the process of that. You love your kids. You talk about your kids. You know, you enjoy it. You love having conversations with people. Instead of thinking, I need to have the conversation with the best person, or I need to have a conversation and then hit this goal. You don't think like that, because that's where wanting that, like you're saying, wanting that, the attachment to the outcome is the thing that brings you the suffering.
That's right.
Instead of letting go and enjoying having this conversation with me.
Dude. Go, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Go
or
like,
enjoying gym, or enjoying jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's where I think it comes from.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
Yeah.
Alan Watts says it, man. Like, don't fight the current. You go with the flow.
Yes. Yeah.
Just sail it. Put the sails up and go with the flow, dude. And that's the beauty of life, man.
Yeah. But I have to ask you, I feel like, we just did touch on this maybe like 5-10 minutes ago, but dude, I have to comment on this. Like, you seem so much more centered.
Yeah, dude.
You have to tell me where that came from. You have to tell me. You have to tell me what happened. You have to tell me, like, even like share whatever you can, like
Yeah.
or at least what are the things you've realized within your head that have gotten you more centered and more calm?
Having that little awakening, you learn, you disconnect everything. You have no drive for things, and it's a bit of a moment. They say it's a negredo. They call it. It's you find detached from things. It just cuts everything off, dude.
Yeah.
And so then you start to rebuild and bring back the things that value. So I don't serve things that don't sort of serve me at the moment. And I'm not saying in a bad way. It's just I go where I feel I'm needed, where I belong, like where I'm put, and I've sort of set the boundaries, man. I love everyone, dude. I was letting everyone in. You know, you let everyone, you do things. You know, football team, coach, you're driving for this, but there's always politics and parents, and they take over the children. You know.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
And so I don't serve that anymore. You know.
Yeah.
There's those sort of things that I've now cut off and go, wait a sec. You know.
So you cut off a lot of things that you felt like was sucking your energy.
And they just happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I'm going tick, see you later. Things were just cutting off.
Yeah.
Very slowly, and I was allowing it.
Yeah.
I wasn't chasing it. Things happen, okay. Things happen, okay. And I got to this point now where I've just got nothing.
Yeah. There's no resistance.
There's nothing. It's quite beautiful, dude.
Yeah,
It's that fishing, dude.
Yes. There's nothing.
There's nothing. It's not saying the ego. I'm not allowing my ego to take. Now, like you're saying, you know, you're saying Tim Robbins, I could do something bigger and go this and this. Of course.
Yeah.
That's the ego, dude.
That's the ego. You
know, we want to build legacies. You want to do this. You know, okay, doing the podcast as well, like, you know, you start it as I started, and then you start going, okay, well, how can you make money? People talk to you. How do you make money off this? Oh, no. And then you start thinking about it, right?
And then the suffering comes. And then the suffering begins.
It changes the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I knew I hit 20, I had praying on, hit 20. I just, for some reason, I just didn't book anything after that.
Yeah.
And then and then things happened in my personal life that allowed me to give the time. It was weird how I didn't focus on that, didn't book ahead, and then things happened.
Yeah.
So it was just, I went with the river, dude. I just went with the flow.
Yeah.
I just felt I didn't need to book stuff. I just didn't have the feeling of it. And I dealt with my stuff, and now coming back, I feel like I'm a bit of a different person. I go, it's just for last. I had a few drinks with Stodge and Aiden, and we went off a little bit. But that was fun. Yeah. Because I had a bit of a break. We had a bit of fun.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. But now I'm look, like I said, this studio's changing.
Yeah.
Nick's had a bit of a change, and I'm going, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Go along with it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, build another one up there. Are you gonna head up there?
We're deciding that at the moment with our podcast, what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we don't really know yet. So
he's going to tuk
we've been talking about some ideas, but
but this is the thing, like it's the change, right?
Yeah.
Nick's going for his process, but it's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, cool, man.
Yeah.
There's not like, fuck you, I had this thing, you know.
I'm secretly pissed off at Nick. No, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, but this is what an example of it.
Yeah,
it's like you find this fucking peace thing where it's like, dude, cool, dude.
Yeah.
I was just adapt.
Yes. The only thing that's constant in life is change.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and this is again why, with this whole world thing going on. Before we finish up, I don't know how long we've been here for, dude. Okay, beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. That's quick. Yeah.
But like, with all these things going on in the world, and people ask me, I talk quite a bit, and people are like, what are we going to do? This digital ID thing coming.
Yeah.
Mark of the Beast, whatever you want to call it. London's pretty bad. They're hitting it. And it's all negative stuff, and people are going, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And my solution, dude, you're not telling them? I just say Jesus Christ, man.
Wow. So good.
Because that's it. What can you do?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I love it. Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you, yeah. And it's not to be, like, I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm a fucking...
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
I'm going to create a cult or do something, dude. But it's legit. I'm not trying to bullshit here. It's fucking legit. I mentioned it when I had you on first.
Yep.
You
know? 100%. I agree. The other thing I keep thinking that, like, okay, so here's something I just have to say, and I want to get your thoughts on this, is like the times right now that we have in regards to the amount of sickness that actually happens, the amount of disease and people dying is nothing compared to what would have happened in earlier centuries.
Oh, yes, of course.
So we have to think we're in this stage of life, all of us, and you hear it, everyone you talk to is like, what's happening to the world? But actually, if you look at the world, you look at the stats, it's actually nowhere near as bad as people think it is. But there's one thing that makes it bad or makes it seem so much worse: social media.
Yeah, dude.
Right. So we
And
have
the
to.
news.
So we have to think. If I didn't pull up my TikTok and I didn't see this is what's happening in Gaza, this is what's happening with Trump, this is what's happening with Charlie. Like if that wasn't happening, how much more at peace would we be?
Well, you're saying where I'm
You know
at,
what I mean?
dude. I've been looking at stuff on Jesus and all this, the Gospels, all this stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that stuff. I haven't thought about sex, man.
Love that, and that's a big thing for you. No, That's
a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing for
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
You know, I'll do my thing, but dude, it's bizarre.
Yeah. Wow.
And then that's the lust. The
And
last
you
sin
feel-
I want to control.
That's part of why you probably feel centered.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I want to be an example of it, dude. Like, you know, I might go off and do something different, but I know that where I've been leading to is to something down this path, and it's quite a nice feeling, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not saying, you know, go join a church or monk or do something, man. But I just would like people, because I do love people. I would love people to wake up, man. You know, and have that moment where you sit back and you enjoy what this is. You know? Instead of chasing things for what, just to keep you chained here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And that causes all the issues. If people find that inner peace, man, like, fuck, mate.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I said it before, it wouldn't be nice.
Oh, it would.
So I'm not telling people, dude.
I think, and I think that's why I'm busy. Because people don't have inner peace. That's literally why I'm busy.
Well, this is your but this
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
which is a great thing for you, which is good,
me,
but it's a
yeah.
lot because you get distracted and drawn into that, you know.
Absolutely.
Like I
and
said,
I do, bro. And I do.
Of course you
Yeah.
would. You know, you know, and you'd sort of go, okay, I've got to get a new car and you're dressed and you're wearing nice clothes and you're doing, you know, of course.
Yeah.
You know, but I think we just find the balance. That's the key. Find the balance. You know, we got kids here as well. We got to go by the system. Like I said, this digital thing comes in, our money gets locked into it. What happens there? Like, is that our freedom? You know, this is what people are talking about a lot, dude. You know, our freedoms might be taken, mate. You know, you look at China and then you look at the UK. So this is why I think, again, Jesus Christ, to look into it's. I think that's the only thing, because this world is doing a bit of flip around.
Yeah. I think there's a funny meme that says, all rabbit holes lead to Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
All rabbit holes lead there.
it does. Man. But the original Jesus Christ.
Yes.
This is where I'm not trying to offend the churches.
Yeah.
And I think the churches are awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a good place where people can go feel part of a community. But the people that go there feel part of the community actually just listen, look into Jesus Christ, look into him.
I agree.
Yeshua, man, of you know, that was his name. You know, he was Christ consciousness. I don't know how you want to, and you know, the resurrection as well. You look into the resurrection. You know, like that could be a way of saying that when you do die, you resurrect your spirit. It's more of I don't think a physical thing of it. And then the 10 days as well. I was going to talk about the fast.
Oh, so you don't believe he physically resurrected?
Well, again, where's the proof, dude? You know what I mean? Like, give me that proof, and give me the 18 years we're missing.
Okay.
When he had his spiritual awakening, dude.
Okay.
When he found Sophia.
I heard I've heard some funny ones. I've heard one is like he did a lot of shrooms. Jesus Christ.
Well, we can go on to that too. Like this,
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, whether now or next time, but that's another thing too, the sacramental wine. They used to make mushroom wine and beer back in those days. The philosophers did it, dude, in Eleusis in Greece. And Socrates was crucified a similar way because he asked questions, man.
Interesting.
Jesus Christ asked questions. He went amongst the people and asked questions.
Yeah.
Was he on psychedelics? Was he was the apostles all having ceremonies and stuff, dude? Moses' 10 Commandments, burning bush, Abraham in a cave.
Yeah.
Like, yes, is the forbidden fruit mushrooms, man?
Interesting.
Does the snake show her face when you take that stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can talk about it, but when you feel it and see it, different fucking story.
It's interesting.
Wisdom, bro.
It's interesting. Yeah.
So I think we all have the ability to walk the way of Jesus. Whether he's the son of God and stuff, I think we have that ability, dude. We are the fragments of God, man.
I agree.
And I think like we're all the same, dude. It's like you spread with love. You can feel we are. And people talk about it, but then they get distracted. So
Yes, absolutely. The amount of people that'll come on and say things and like, oh, and it's all about love, and then they'll get on, and then someone gives them a bad comment on social media, and they're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is it. Like I got a little thing with an Orthodox church guy. I don't know. One of the things we put up was a bit of a discussion, and he said, we're amateurs, and the way I was like, dude, like he's an Orthodox church,
Right.
but just the way it was written and it came at us is like, whoa, if you feel God and you've seen God or whatever it is, then you shouldn't be. You shouldn't have your ego. He says, I've been training for so many years. Blah blah blah. He turned it on about his ego took over, dude, straight away. And I was like, dude, you're using God in preaching.
No, I get you. I get you.
Like Trump,
and that's
Trump using God too. That's beautiful, but dude.
And that's the thing, man. Like it's tough because humans just can't be. Humans can't reliably be separated from the ego.
They can't.
They just. That's the game, bro. That is the game. The game is to. And by the way, to make this practical, right? The game is awareness. As soon as as an example, I'm in a conversation with my wife, and she brings up, "Oh man, you didn't do the dishes," and I go, "No, I think I did the dishes." And then all of a sudden, she mentions this word, and it just sets me off. And she says, "That was selfish." And immediately this part of me comes up, this passive aggressive that just immediately wants to come in with this voice and say, oh yeah, of course you're going to pick that thing. What about blah, 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 blah. Now, if I let that part take over and step in, which usually it does automatically, it just comes in, that's it. We are not going to be talking for the next 3 days. But it's that moment where I realize it comes up and I go, hold your horses. I know that you want to charge in, but it's okay. I got this. It's like, tell me what you mean by that. And I get curious instead. And then the conversation goes a completely different way. And I understand that what she's saying it from pain. And I'm like, oh, I get that. Yeah. And I know that you wouldn't have said that unless you're hurt. So tell me more about that. And then we go in a different place in the conversation. And we end up banging that night. Right? Like, right.
And the third child's coming.
third child comes. But it's that moment of being aware of the ego and then choosing to act differently. Yeah, so it's looking at the phone and wanting to write that comment. Oh, I'm going to get top con and everyone's going to think I'm smart, and going, that's the ego. I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. It's that moment when, I'm in traffic and then someone, pulls me off and I'm like, oh yes, I get to lose it. And I'm like, oh, that's the ego. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. It's noticing the ego and choosing to do differently. That's right. Every moment that we do that, we become authentic. We become who we really are. Because every single act that we have is either an act of love or it's either an act of fear. Mm-hmm. Because everything that we do, whether it's self-doubt, people-pleasing, impressing people, validation, it's all coming from fear. I'm people-pleasing because I'm afraid to be rejected. I'm self-doubting because I'm afraid to failure. I'm procrastinating because I'm afraid of failure. I'm being a perfectionist because I'm afraid of not having the validation. Everything that we do that is negative is actually coming from fear, right? I need to show that I am better than someone because it's coming from fear that I'm not enough. Everything that's negative, everything that is an ego response is coming from fear. Which means that when we don't act from fear, we are being our true, authentic self. That's it. So when people go like, what is the true self? True self is simple. It's when you're doing something that is not from fear. That's it. Mm-hmm. So it's that moment where I want to lose it at Lisa, but I go, no, I'm not going to choose that. I'm going to choose love and curiosity. I was being authentic in that moment. Yeah, and every moment that we choose to be authentic, choose to not listen to the ego, we slowly become more and more authentic. And then that's the game. Mm-hmm. But that is so hard to do.
It is very hard to do.
So hard to do.
Well, that's what keeps us here.
Yes.
That's what Gnosticism look at.
Yes, interesting.
You like it, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know you like it. Like I said, I look at the things, but I'm not typecast for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just me, dude.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Like for me, as an example, one of my mentors obsessed with so much of his teachings, but not all of it. Like there's a couple of things I'm like, I'm not really sure I agree. Same with Gnosticism, and I've heard of this, like esoteric Christianity. I've heard of this kind of brand of things in Christ consciousness. I actually agree with a lot of the stuff it says, you know, not everything, but a lot of the stuff. So I'm like you. I take things for me that seem to make sense for me, and also things that I feel like practically change my life. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of people who get obsessed with, like, once again, it's the ego, right? Like, you see a lot of people who get obsessed with this Christ consciousness and all this kind of stuff, and I've seen it, right? And they will say, oh, you know, this is what it's done for me, and I've done 58 shrooms, and I've done psychedelics, and I've ayahuasca, and I've seen God, and this is what's happening. And then they come home, their wife tells them off, and then they act like a baby.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the point, bro? Yeah. What is the point of doing all the psychedelics and acting like you're spiritual and meditating like this and posting all these nice photos of you in Bali if you come here and you get told off and you act like a baby?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? Like, that means nothing. Yeah. There's literally a verse in the Bible that says, this is literally what it says. It says, you can speak tongues, you can prophesy, you can tell the future, you can do this, you can be smart, you can... But if you do all of that without love, it means nothing. That's what it says. So it all needs to come from love. And I think that's what Jesus was really preaching as well. So anyway, that's what I'd say.
That's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
It is about love and truth.
Yes. Yes.
And that's yeah, and this is what people need to freaking know. Man.
Yeah.
So you got a big job ahead, like I said this last time, man.
Huge job, bro.
And
huge
even
job.
and like I said, on yourself too, because like,
oh, bro,
you know,
yeah, huge, because what happens is, like, I'll sit in front of someone, like my client, and then they will say, "Oh man, I'm struggling with this thing," and for me to help them, I need to be in a position in my life where I've kind of conquered or worked on that thing myself. So often I run into situations where I'm like, I'm kind of dealing with that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I have to constantly be working on myself. They say being a coach is like it fast forwards your growth and healing journey because you're forced to evolve, you know?
The more you can deal with as well,
the
more people you speak to as well helps you as well.
Oh, 100%.
You know, that's 100%. The thing. That's the thing I learned, where, you know, that's taking the ego as well. It doesn't know what you do, but you learn from each other, dude.
Yeah.
You know, we learn from each other, and that's the thing that again, you know, we have to be open to each other's thoughts and opinions and not knock back, dude. It's like, cool, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you believe in that, all right.
Awesome.
You know, I've got friends who believe in aliens.
Yeah. Yeah. Like for example, and by the way, classic example, us on this podcast, right? Yeah. You believe in Gnosticism.
Yep.
I don't fully. But you know what I did? As soon as you said that, the first thing I went, what can we agree on?
Yeah.
That's where I started with, right? But a lot of people will just be like, yeah, I don't like it because of this reason. Because I actually, instead of going, oh, what are all the differences? I went, okay, in Gnosticism, what do I do agree with? Well, I do agree that everything starts on the inner. I do agree that its message is good. I do agree in this kind of equilibrium concept that it talks about. I do agree that it has a lot of good things. That's how people need to come. Like, that's not coming from the ego. My ego is tempted to come in and be like, oh, you know, this is wrong because blah, 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 blah. But like, I can't listen to that. Yeah. You know, so
no, you gotta be open, mate. That's what Jesus did.
Yes.
True.
Yes. Yeah. It is hard though.
It is hard, man, because it's a tough world.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can keep talking to you.
I could keep talking to you forever, bro. Seriously.
I gotta get in the new studio.
Yes.
Hey, you got a camel up there. We got 40 days, 40 nights. Nah, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
You know I love you, brother.
And you too, bro.
Always,
I love
man.
you too.
Always,
you're
man.
such a beautiful soul.
Always.
You're such a beautiful soul.
Well, I'll keep going, mate.
Yeah.
You keep going, okay?
Yeah, I will.
And we'll get you back. When's your daughter due?
January 22nd.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, mate, she'll be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's going quick, mate.
Yeah.
Got Halloween stuff and then Christmas lights, right?
Yes, bro. How do you feel about Christmas? Do you like it?
Mate. I think people have lost the meaning of Christmas.
Yes. It's Jesus again.
Yes. But, you know, if you want to get technical, that's not that day was set up.
Yeah.
Like, that's not actual, like, you know, how deep do you go with the actual day? But yes, people have lost the whole meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think people go back to the whole Jesus thing, man. People have gone Santa Claus and stuff, but even Santa Claus was there because of Coke in the 1950s or something, apparently.
Interesting.
That was the market Coke. Santa Claus was brought on, apparently.
Yeah, interesting.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. So
a lot of stuff.
So yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas.
All right,
bro.
I'll see you soon. All right. Yeah. Now, hopefully, we come back for the new one. All right.
Thank you.
Nice and black. Thank you, Kevin. Beautiful.